today's video card, I've got a beautiful card that shows you how to use the borders with the innie and outie corners, as I like to call them. We'll be using the Indian Ocean collection, the borders and corners, and you have one that's an inside corner and one that's an outside corner. We're also going to be using the Madeline tag from the Frames and Tags, and if you notice there's a little spot here you can weave ribbon through, so that's very nice. The sentiment comes from the Delightful Sentiment set by Creative Expressions. And we're going to be doing a little bit of mounting and raising things for dimension with the mounting cushion. A couple other items. The black satin ribbon. I'm going to use the wider of the two sizes there. I'm going to top our bow with a Finishing Touch black crystal sparkler. And as always, I use a little bit of flat back pearls just to accent my cards. So I've gone ahead and done a little bit ahead of time here, and I've cut 4 of these borders. Now I've used the inside and outside cutting edge on this. You can see it's been done in 2 pieces, so you can cut it directly into the card or you can cut it out of the card. So I've cut 4 of these out of white. And one of the ways that I find is the easiest to do is if I don't want the corners to show, I can add a little spray glue to the back of my border. I can line it up from edge to edge with my card, just like that. And then I can take away the extra bits on either side, so I know it's been centered properly. So I'm just going to lift this back up and nip it away just after that little mountain part of it. And on the same on this side. So now, in theory, I should have 4 nicely mounted sections to my border, and I will give you a quick measurement on this piece of Aqua card that I've used. It is 6 1/4 inches square, okay? So the next thing I want to do is add my corners. So I've already done 3 of them, but just to give you a quick show of what I've done, I've used the outer corner on this set, both the inside and the outside decorative pieces there, to cut it out of white. All right. Then I've used just the outside cutting edge in the Aqua. So I'm going to glue these 2 together, and I'm just going to use a bit of mounting spray for this. Line them up. There we go. And I went ahead and cut a black shadow just using the outside piece. So what I'm going to do is add a little bit of glue to the back of this, and we'll add that black shadow onto it. There we go. Pop that over that way. Just have it ever so slightly sticking out from the end of your corner. And I'm going to add a little bit of mounting foam to the back there. Goes right across. And we'll go ahead and place these corners into their corner, and they should, if we've done this nicely, line up really nicely on the sides. There we go, as we go around. Just get it lined up here and here. There's 2. Third one here. Just want to catch the edges right there and get those corners pointed in the right direction. And a 4th one here. So now I've got a really pretty framed area. Pop that on about like that. So you can see we've got this nice center section that we're going to use. So the next thing I want to do, I'll set this aside for the moment, and we are going to bring the Madeline die in with a piece of coconut white card. And I'm going to use the outer cutting edge and the decorative cutting piece there. We will tape it into place, just getting it nice and centered. There we go, and one more piece of tape. I always like to use 2 so I know it's securely held in place. Run that through. Check to make sure it's all cut, looks good, and we'll use the tool-in-one to remove the extra bits. Take our tape off. There we go. And just a couple little pieces we've got to poke through still. Like that. And a couple over here. If you'll notice, there's some really pretty delicate piercing on this die, so it's got a lot of detail to it. It's really nice. I'm going to pop this back into place. And the next thing we want to do, after I tidy my mess, is use our ribbon. There we go. So I've got a piece of the black satin ribbon, and I want to just pop it through here and here. There we go. So it slid through both pieces on the end there. And I can bring this back over, and we can use a little bit of mounting foam to hold that steady, just right across there. Tape it into place, just centered so it picks up those corners of the border, top and bottom. And we'll tape the edges of the ribbon around to the back. I'm just using some regular tape to hold that into place. There we go. So now what I want to do is create a frame for my sentiment. So I'm going to bring back the Madeline die and cut the center here with the Aqua card and these beautiful circular dies. Pop them into place. So I've got the outer cutting edge and the decorative piece right there. And take off all our little bits of our leftover piece on our cutting plate. Give it a quick run through. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and attach the white to the back of this. So we'll have it showing through using a little bit of spray glue. Center that up. And the other thing I want to do is I'm going to use a black circle from the Noble set, and it just is a slight bit larger than this. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that into place, and we'll cut the center out of it as well. Pop that on there. So I'm going to take the smallest cutting circle here, put that into place. And it might take a little bit running it back and forth through 3 pieces of card, but I think we can do this. There we go. A couple times. Think we got it. Let me undo my tape carefully. There we go. So now I've got a really pretty frame that's accented with the black to bring up that same color in the ribbon. I've gone ahead, I've added a bit of mounting foam to the one I've created earlier. I've raised it for some dimension. Peel the backing off of this. I'm going to pop it over my stamped sentiment. I've just done a thinking of you with a black Archival. Put that right over the top. We'll trim away the excess bit. Keep your scissors at an angle. You want to be careful not to cut into your die, but just clear the excess bit off there. And I can add a little bit of mounting foam on the back, and that should hold that into place nicely. Bring over our card that we're working on. I'm going to pop that into place in the center. Center that right into the middle of that. And I've created a base for it with some mounting foam as well. So I'll peel those off. I've used the Aqua card and brought that back in. There we go. And to finish this off, there's a couple little items that I've done. A satin bow that I've topped with a crystal sparkler, so we'll pop that at the bottom. just right under our sentiment. A couple of glue dots. And one last thing that I've done is I've created another little frame. The Madeline die has 2 of these smaller circular dies, and let me show them to you on the inside. And the reason for that is just to give you something else that you can use for a tiny little frame. So I'm going to go ahead, put a little bit of the Dries Clear glue around the edge with our Cosmic Shimmer Fine Liner. Just gives enough glue to hold it into place. And I'm going to pop that right around the edge. So you'll have the black showing from the outer area and a really pretty black matching frame on the inside to finish that off. Just shows you how easy you can create with the dies. They do all the work for you. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. We have so many more, and all you need to do is subscribe to our video channel and you'll get emails every time there's a new one posted.